Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. So I just wanted to do a quick K-pop analysis of two new videos that CL just dropped on her YouTube channel. And no, this is not going to be some sort of fanboy reaction video, so it's not going to be like, oh girl, oh yes, oh, it's not going to be anything like that, because I just want to go over our continued conversation, because I think we've now invested in a conversation about CL and her independence as a music artist and really making a stamp in both the US market, international market, and then also still having a foot in the Korean K-pop scene. And so I really do think a big part of her success now moving forward is actually her music video strategy that I think is actually quite unique and is hitting a sweet spot. And I'm going to take like more of a producer's angle to this analysis. So stay tuned. So first of all, it was a new video, Taya Cherry, and then a live performance video that combined 4 songs, and it was Spicy, Lover Like Me, Taya Cherry, and Let It. So first of all, Taya Cherry, I don't know if she maybe got a memo or something from our YouTube channel, because remember I said that, oh, it would be awesome if we saw CL more of like a boxer, and boom, what does she do? She has like these awesome boxing gloves, and she is like standing there like a performance artist boxer. And of course I did say like, oh, maybe she should kind of like, you know, stop with this kind of a thing, which I think she kind of did, but I now see where she is going, I believe. And I thought perhaps before this whole high fashion concept was more of something that perhaps was put upon her, but maybe she really is a fashion person. And so I feel like if this is actually her voice and expression of being like high fashion plus performance art, and seeing this iteration of it in Taya Cherry, I think it really does start to work, especially with the new camera angles and the way that there was a lot more movement to it. I now get it in the sense that it almost feels like she is making like if Vogue, the magazine, turned into like a moving image with music and the model actually sang and danced at the same time. And I think it's almost replacing the high concept fashion magazine. It's putting in elements of performance art, which most of you like younger people would probably be like, what the heck is performance art? And that's like a dying, you know, it's kind of like a dying art form. It's almost like street performance, a little bit highfalutin, you know, it's like kind of like the museum modern art crowd of like 60s and 70s doing like weird things like painting your body with chocolate or something like that. But I really do feel like we are kind of we're ready for, I think, like challenging our minds a little bit with more of a nouveau, the next generation of performance art. And I feel like that's kind of cool what she's doing. It's like she's taking us a little bit there in a sort of a transition by giving us high fashion and, you know, bringing those kind of beautiful images there and that kind of toughness. So I thought that was really cool. I think she did put a little bit of a J-Lo swag in there as well. I think she has been working out a lot. Did you see how snatched her body was? And then especially, you know, that silhouette thing that she was teasing us with, that little strip tease thing. Okay, CL. All right, yeah, I said it was not going to be like some sort of like, you know, reaction video. Now let's move on to the live performance. Now this is what impressed me more from a production angle. And this is because I feel like there is a way that she is producing more videos than normal, I would say. The problem with a lot of the way that the music industry had gone before K-pop, and kind of like the decline of MTV. Remember MTV used to be about music videos, and then suddenly everyone's like, well, where did all the music videos go? Why do we have all this reality TV? Well, I think quite honestly, a lot of that had to do with music videos got too expensive. People were buying fewer albums, so it became harder to justify making a music video, because you make the music video and then boom, like, well, then where's the profit? Like, we don't make any money off of it, because these music videos, they're like movies. They're so expensive, especially if you are producing it in Hollywood with the wages and, you know, the union rates that you have to pay everybody. That is so expensive. And during that time, I kind of believe that the reason why K-pop also rose up was that we had a lot more videos back then, early 2000s, late 90s, right when all of that transition was happening in the music industry, where things were getting too expensive, and then the explosion of digital music. Well, the Korean music industry still had lower production values, and, you know, we still have a lot of slave labor going on, so we had more ability to create music videos more frequently per album, I believe. And then also, before social media, we had like kind of pre-social media video content, in the sense that they would send these artists out like almost as if like slave labor as well, to all of the broadcast channels, variety shows. So all of your favorite singers would be popping up on variety shows, like interviews or doing like weird pranks or kind of like game shows, and like all these kind of clips that were funny to watch would then get cut and put onto the internet as well. And so we were able to consume a lot of video content, not only music videos, but funny video clips of our favorite music artists. So that K-pop fandom was able to build because there was constant video input. Now I believe in where we are in 2021, it's getting expensive too in Korea for artists to consistently put out music videos. And if you see some of the newest music videos out of like SM and YG, those are so expensive looking as well. I mean, we covered, yes, aespa and Lisa's. I mean, did you super expensive? Did you see like how, wow, they put every kind of technology, every kind of fashion piece, studio lighting, set changes, everything in there. And, you know, even with Korea, you know, slave labor, that would probably be expensive, and they probably can't do it for every single song. Also, they have many different artists they have to manage. Now, this video that CL did with this live performance, and I know that other, you know, YGSM, they also do their live performance versions as well that have lower production values, and they get those out as well. But what I saw from her was a lot more control over her own production schedule, her production ability, and namely the money, the budget. And so you'll always see me on the intersection of cheap and practical, because I think there's always a sign that says Smart Money Avenue. And I think this girl, and I try to be on that road as much as I can, even though, you know, we always veer off of it. But I think she has been able to do more consistent music video content the way she wants to do it, that reflects her artistic message, and do it with the frequency and turnaround almost as fast as a YouTuber, but at the level of a label artist, you know what I mean? So she is now, instead of being kind of like, oh, at a disadvantage of not having like a high superpowered label and trying to make it in the music industry, she's actually, I think, kind of flipped it around, where she's now made the advantages of both, and now she's kind of in this sweet spot where she can have the frequency of a YouTuber and the control of a YouTuber, but she has the budget or the kind of the sheen of a label, but she's able to kind of pierce through the middle. Obviously, when you look at let's go over some of the video, because you won't notice, like, because it's all about her, and you can only get away with this though if you are good yourself. This is the true test of whether you are a good artist or not. So this sounds a little bit shady to maybe our little, next level girls, but let's, girls, you say that you're on the next level, but if you took away all of those things, all of that flash and pizzazz, what level are you really at? Like, could you really do it on your own with, like, strip down all of that? How much of it is you and how much of it is the actual label? And that is what you really start to figure out when you are more independent. And I think out of all of the girls, CL can do it on her own. And so that is why she can get away with being on Smart Money Avenue, because at least I could tell that she was being real smart about her money. Now, obviously, the budget that she is spending on these videos is much, much, much higher than any YouTuber, which makes her more competitive than any YouTuber who does music. So, like, even like YouTubers who, I'm thinking of that Trisha Paytas girl who likes to do her own music videos from time to time, and she throws like tons of money to hire actual music video people, but she has to do that as kind of like a special event. I could see CL as actually knowing how to get access to that level or even more, but spend less money on it, and know exactly like how much of it is more about her talent that can replace, unnecessary production expenses. And what I saw was extreme creativity. So of course she's gonna have access to back dancers that most people probably would never have access to, so already there. And of course she has her music, so that is something that no YouTuber really has. She has her own level of music that is on K-pop level that she can just use, and so she's already at that standard. She already is working with the best makeup artists, the choreographers, and then access to amazing clothing and all that kind of visual artistic storyboarding. So she has all of the angles, the camera work. So that is all on that kind of level that no YouTuber can do. And so she's already there, but what you're also seeing is that she's not putting in all of that extra, so much stuff that will create like probably 10 times the budget. 10 times the budget means 10 times the meetings, 10 times the, should we spend all this money, or who are we gonna hire? Like that the company has to then like spend more time like saying like, I don't know if this is worth it, She doesn't have to do all of that. She just needs color changes. She just needs one room with some person that she trusts with the camera to make that one room move more than one room actually should. And so she probably gets like 3 rooms worth. Then when she transitions to a new song, it's basically like flipping the magazine, and boom, she has a new outfit, new location, and the 3rd and 4th song in the same location. She'll do the 3rd song with her back dancers, and it's also at night. And then the thing that impressed me the most is the 4th song. Let's just be honest. Okay, so she's by herself, right? And I was just like, okay, so she's gonna be by herself. She's gonna use the same location. Good, save some money. I am so so floored by her. Now, this is all creativity based on like kind of like a pocketbook, okay? So I gotta admit, like that's what impressed me. She put these lights, just lined these lights up like it was like a green red carpet. And then boom, the lights went up. These lights, I mean, okay, if an ordinary person wanted to rent all these lights, it's probably still like thousands of dollars, so it's expensive. So again, no YouTuber really, would do that. But it's in the land of labels in terms of music video land, that's so cheap. And so, boom, you get like an immediate impact of an amazing light column. And this is transforming this lawn into like a concert stage in like a stadium. And with these lights, you can angle them. So suddenly you get more bang for your buck. It's not just vertical. It can then go this way, it can then go this way. It can do like floodlights. It can do lights like that. And I was floored because nobody, I don't think, ever uses lights like, because these lights, I believe, it's from my limited, theater experience in terms of on the technical side, these lights, I think you could also use them on the floor to point up, but I think they're usually hung up from the rafters pointing down, like as in spotlights. So the idea that they actually used here is super creative. And so I'm just blown away with how creative this was in terms of creating an impact, production value, but making it like, affordable. Because what I'm surmising is that because she's able to do this, I think she will be able to make a video for each song. And if she's able to make a video for each song, that is what's going to make her then outcompete any label artist. So she's already outcompeted all of these, like the YouTubers with her production value being higher, but so maybe like her production value per video is not as expensive as all of like, Miss Next Level, but if she's able to do a video per song, then she's outcompeted all of the other artists. Because how long are you gonna wait? You're gonna have to be like waiting forever for like, like waiting for the next video to drop. And you're not gonna get another video from like, I will, most likely it's gonna be a while until you'll get another video from perhaps Lisa. I'm guessing, because they probably spent a lot of money on those two first videos to try to make an impact, and the returns on the album, they have to calculate that. And so if she can actually create a video under this economic business model for each song, and she wins. I think she wins, especially as an artist, she wins, because the focus is more than on her artistic expression. And, like as kind of like any like real artist, like, yeah, we look at the famous like Van Goghs and Renoirs in the museum, but that to get to that famous one that's like $300 million, there's like literally thousands that they just kind of like sketched and threw away, or actually are in actually some people's houses, like a Picasso sketch, like a pencil sketch. I mean, they still sell those and they're still like, a lot of money, but they're just always like, works. And so it'd be awesome if she did do a video for each song, and then we can really see how she progresses. And yeah, she can be more, snatching herself like J-Lo, dancing a little bit more, being more of like a performance artist and being like Vogue in motion. And who knows what else creativity wise in like, I don't know. I'm just impressed with like, when people just create like high impact stuff that is the same as if you spent a lot of money, but you didn't spend a lot of money. And I love that. So CL, you can take my Costco card. You did an amazing job with this. I don't know who came up with all these ideas, but I think you're onto something. I think you're in a sweet spot. I think you should continue on with this concept. And that was my sort of analysis of Miss CL's latest video adventures. All right, guys. Talk to you next time. Till then, check out these videos. I'll put the links below. Bye-bye.
Tune in next time. Don't forget to subscribe. Find us on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Love you.